A lot of times in our lives we feel something that is like a compelling. We call it a calling a lot of times. A lot of clergy talk about their calling into pastoral ministry. A lot of social activists talk about their calling into some kind of cause and work. I remember a great friend of mine, Marv Steinberg, laying in a hospital bed, almost having died, and seeing something on the television news and realizing, I'm going to live for this change. And by the way, that great change took 20 years, and an international shift happened because of that work. Well, when I first became a pastor, two things grew very quickly, like suddenly in me. This is me, Rod Brayfinley, my story. One was, I really wanted the church to be for real. I had seen churches that kind of fall into bureaucratizing and business as usual and not really having much to do with the God hunger or God work. And I didn't want that. I wanted church to be real, to be alive to God, and let that happen at the depths of everything we are and do. The second thing was realizing the world I live in is deeply broken and wounded, and that justice is something that is often missing even in my own country. And we do much better than some other countries in the world. And I realized I can't not work on this. These two are the driving energies in me. And yes, I have some patience. I know what it's like to work with people, with whole gatherings of people. There's a long process a lot of times to the transformation we have to open ourselves up to. But there's also an urgency. And that urgency has driven me from the beginning of really almost the time when I would have called myself a Christian. I hope you know the same kind of urgency in you. A patience, not craziness, but an avidness, a passion, an impatience, that we might truly open to God and live an openness to God, and that we might truly work for goodness and healing and justice in our world. Whatever your calling is, I bet we share that, because we are love first.